Hi, everybody. Let's give everybody a minute to pop on. See if anybody's going to tune in this Sunday night. I feel like I have tons to say tonight. We'll see if I remember it all. I have a little list going in front of me. This is the newly relocated sewing studio. We have everything. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Trish. We have everything now relocated into the new sewing studio. You saw, if you follow me on social media, you know that I have moved everything together. The sewing room used to be upstairs. The long arm, which you can see behind me here, was down here in the basement. And we have moved everything together, which is much better. I am going to do a tour of the studio on video sometime this week and post it to social media, so keep your eyes on that. The cool thing about being down here is, number one, everything's together. My main sewing machines are out here on the counter to my right. My long arm is behind me, as you see, and there's a whole cutting, ironing area that you cannot see right now over in this area. It's also where the filming area was, so if you guys watched my video when I introduced the new filming area, you kind of have seen, hi Mom, that. But I am going to do a video tour this week, whether it's clean or not down here, because right now, if you guys could see the floor, there's threads all over the place. And that's what sewing areas are. And so here, it's going to be a tour whether it's clean or not. And I'll post up on social media. So that's the first thing. The second thing I wanted to talk about was a wrap-up of the Purple Painted Lady Festival. So for all of you who came to visit me at my booth, thank you very much. It was an awesome weekend. We sold some wares, but more importantly, I got to talk to a lot of other quilters. I got to find out that there was... All right, Trish, love you. Got to talk to a lot of quilters, got to talk to a lot of quilters that need quilts quilted, which is something I offer. A service that I do offer is on my website, littlefarmquilts.com. It is in the description box to this video. So click on over and check that out. So it was just nice. It was a nice weekend. I spent it with friends. One of my sisters flew in from the West Coast. My other sister stopped by. My mom was here. My daughter flew in from California to be here. So it was all in all a good weekend. And I had a lot of fun. That being said, I was exhausted and still feel like I'm kind of trying to recoup, because probably nobody knew this that came to see me, but I had a wicked head cold hit me on Thursday night before the festival. So the entire festival I was sick. And it was fine, except there was one point Saturday, hi Naomi, that I just was standing in the corner of the tent and was staring off into nowhere. And my friend Deb said to me, "Are you all right?" And I said, "I just really don't feel well." So Jackie and Deb were trying to get me to eat. I hadn't eaten. It was ungodly hot. And when you have a head cold and it's that hot, it just is overall, not a good mix. So anyway, it passed. I got something to eat. I drank some more water, and I was good to go. But it was a rough weekend, and then this last week I feel like I've been recouping. That being said, shout out, well, they're not Wyoming peeps anymore. I have my Wyoming mug. My daughter and son-in-law that used to live in Wyoming are now living in Louisiana. And my Bossier City, Louisiana mug was dirty, so we're in our Wyoming cup. I'm looking forward to doing it next year. I've already handed my application in for next year. I will be at festival next year. But for right now, it's reorganizing time, and recouping and getting some projects back on the docket that were quite honestly taken off to get ready for the festival. So let's go on with some other things I'm working on. You guys know I cross stitch as well. I'm what they call a multi-crafter. I've been working on Chockful Harvest. This is the design collaboration between Priscilla Blaine and Hands On Design Kathy Heverin. I am part of the Chockful Club at the Fat Quarter Shop. The club itself is sold out at this point, but you can buy the pattern on their website. I just checked before I went live. So they do have the pattern. You can buy the flosses and the fabric separate. But I've been working on this for a little while. And this is how far I've gotten. So I've gotten all the flowers done now. I'm working on the last of the leaves, and then I will finish up the jar and fill that in. That's that. And I'm going to set that aside now. The other thing that I've decided as I was doing the sewing room, they are fun, Naomi. I like the color of them too. It's like one of my favorite colors, so to work with. In my rearranging the sewing room and moving everything down from upstairs, it became clear to me that I really needed to start working on some of my whips. So for those of you that don't know, whips are works in progress. They are started but not finished projects. And I have, I'm going to count now because I have some of them up on the wall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7 quilts that I've actually started and not finished. Now that being said, that's not as bad as it sounds. 2 of them are block of the month quilts where only 1 block is released each month. And those aren't finished yet. So I am 2 blocks behind on one of them because of the getting ready for the festival, and I'm 3 blocks behind on another one because I was getting ready for festival. So it is what it is. But we have a winter time coming, so I will be working on those then and getting them caught up and done. And you'll see the pictures of those on social media, and they will go in my Etsy shop, which is a nice segue to my Etsy shop. I'm getting a lot of questions. When I went to festival, I pulled everything out of my Etsy shop to take it to festival. What I didn't want to happen was for it to sell at the festival, and sell on my Etsy shop at the same time, because some of these items I only have 1 of. I've only made 1, that's all I have, or I only have 2. And I did not want to do disservice to everybody by having it up in my Etsy shop and then have it sell at festival, because somebody was going to do without, and chances are it was going to be the Etsy customer because the person at festival would have taken it with them. So I'm in the process of putting items back into my Etsy shop. So please check there every day. I do not have the time to put all of them up in one day. So they will be trickling in, so to speak. My pattern Trees on Parade is in there now. My pattern Gearhead is in there now. And plus a couple other items. And then this week my goal is to get 2 or 3 items in every day. So make sure to check back every day into my Etsy shop if you're looking for something. Eventually everything will be in there. And then new things will go in there as well. So just wanted to get that off the table. I've been getting a lot of questions. A lot of people are looking for specific things that they saw in pictures of the festival. They were at the festival, saw something they wanted, never came back and got it. I'm getting some of those. So those items, as soon as they go back in the Etsy shop, you can order them. I'll ship them to you, and it's fine. I sent out a newsletter to anybody who signed up for my newsletter at the festival. I sent it out yesterday. What did I want to say about the newsletter? If you would like to subscribe to the newsletter, send me an email at alittlefarmquilts.com. The link to that email address is also in the description box of this video. So you can just click on over, shoot me an email, say you would like to subscribe, and I will add you to the list. Newsletters are kind of hit and miss for me. If I have a lot to say, they come once a week. If there's not a lot going on, or if there's stuff that is going on personally that's keeping me out of the sewing studio, chances are you will not get a newsletter every week. And we're going into the winter time, so I'm in my sewing room a lot in the winter time. That being said, The other thing that I pulled out to work, which is a pattern that I got, I'm almost ashamed to say, I want to say 2 years ago at Quilt Odyssey in Hershey, Pennsylvania. I bought this quilt kit. It's called Deck the Halls by Sherry Leffler. And I bought it because it was cute, and you see, it was $30. It's probably the most expensive pattern I have ever bought in my whole time quilting. But I bought it because, I don't know if you can see, look at all the mice. They're cute. They're all doing things. So I started working on this, and when I first started working on it, I did not realize, I guess, when I bought it, because I was a novice quilter, that it was applique. Applique is a new animal for me. And matter of fact, my friend Deb is going to laugh at me during this video, because I always tell her all the time I'm never doing applique. I'm never doing applique. Well, I recently acquired a new sewing machine that has applique stitches, because I'm not going to hand applique. I do enough hand work. I don't want to do any more. So I drug this thing out today. When I relocated the sewing room, I came across this project again, and I do actually have some of the blocks done. So these blocks that go in the quilt, I have 4 of these done, and I have all the pieces cut out to make all the rest. So I have them next to my sewing machine. This is the first whip I'm going to work on. Now keep in mind, I already have quilts here to be quilted. So those are customer quilts, and those take priority. But in my spare time, I'm going to start making some of these blocks. I also have some of the applique blocks already fused together. So this is one. They all have to be stitched, but they're all fused on. Here's another one. I don't know how to show these best. Hot cocoa. Yeah. And here's another one with some markings on it for some stitching. So I have 3 of those done. And I think there's actually, so that's half of them. There's 6 of them total, different applique blocks. So I have pulled these out, and I'm going to play with my new machine, plus piece all those other blocks, and hopefully get this done in time for Christmas. Would be awesome. And I would like to quilt that, because I would like to put it on my long arm and be able to do some fancy stitches around the appliques and make them pop out. So that would be fun for me to experiment on. So we're going to do that. And I don't remember if I showed you this book I got or not. But I'm going to show it again. You tell me if you've seen this before. I got this book. This is Pillow Talk by This Is Tar. I got it from that quarter shop. And I like the pillows. I do. And some of them are applique. Some of them are not. I think I want to try some of these pillows. But what I really like is, look at the picture on the back with the Volkswagen Bug. Courtney's going to love that. But I just love the pillows. So my goal this winter is to make some pillows, or at least some pillow covers. And we'll see. Maybe I'll order pillow forms and make some pillows. But this ought to be fun too. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. The other thing I'm looking forward to is our next sew-along. So I have 2 sew-alongs scheduled this year for us. The first one I have is for Trees on Parade, which is my pattern, which means you will need to purchase a pattern from my Etsy shop or by emailing me. So Etsy, I cannot figure out an option where I can say local pickup, where it doesn't charge you shipping. So if you're local to me, you know where I live, because I posted my address on my business page, and you want a pattern, email me at the link in this description box, alittlefarmquilts.com or at gmail.com, and I will hold a pattern aside, and you can come pick it up for me and save shipping. Okay, but the Trees on Parade quilt is this. this picture really doesn't do the quilt justice. So you guys should have seen a picture of this in my social media. That really does its justice. The pattern is $10. And you can get this. And it's jelly roll friendly. So for those of you that don't know what a jelly roll is, it is a roll of 2.5-inch strips. I have ordered my fabric that I would like to do it. I'm going to do a Christmas version of this. And I will have to show you at the next live what fabric I'm using. I actually ordered one jelly roll, and the rest I'm going to supplement with Christmas fabrics out of my stash. So that's how I'm doing it. The pattern does give you fabric requirements. It's very easy to follow. I've had 2 people make blocks out of that pattern, and both say it's pretty easy to follow without difficulty. So if you would like to join in the sew-along, we're starting it. What is today? Today is the 29th. We're going to start it on October 20th. October 20th. That should give us time. I will show you how to cut for the pattern. I will show you how to sew for the pattern. I will show you how I'm going to quilt the pattern, and you can watch me quilt. I can show you how you can quilt it, or you can bring it to me and have my quilting services, whichever you want. This is a free sew-along, but you do have to buy the pattern and your fabric supplies. So we will go, just like we did my previous sew-alongs, we will go every Sunday night, probably at about this time. But also, as just as my other sew-alongs, these videos will go up on YouTube right after we're done. So as soon as I can get it transitioned to YouTube, which sometimes takes 10 minutes, sometimes it takes an hour, but they do go up on YouTube. So please don't think that you have to be at the live events. You will see the same thing recorded and posted here and on YouTube. I encourage everybody to join the sew-along. During the sew-along, I will not be giving out measurements because I want you to buy the pattern. So I'm just going to be straight up about that. I'm not into giving my patterns out for free. I spent a lot of time designing, making, and testing these patterns. So you'll need to buy the pattern. But you can use whatever fabric you want. The original quilt I made out of blue and teal batik fabrics. So if you don't know what batiks are, Google them. They're very pretty. And they were very pretty in this quilt. Worked out really, really well. But I'm going to do a Christmas version just because I'm into sewing for the holidays now. I don't know why. It's cool here. I'm drinking tea today. I'm into sewing for the holidays. And hi, Deb. Debbie just joined. She was with me during the Purple Painted Lady Festival. She helped with the booth, and she had her own items in there as well. So if you saw an item at our festival that you didn't come back for and you regret not coming back for, let me know and we'll figure out what it is. But yeah, we're going to, we had another incident with our bees today. This year has been a tough year for us timing-wise to be able to take care of the bees. So this year on, I want to say 3 separate occasions now, we've been forced to do things with the bees on days that are not optimal. Today was not one of those days that was optimal, and we were trying to get the honey boxes off because we've been late. And because of the festival last weekend when it was perfect weather to do that, we were at the festival. So I don't know. We're going to have to figure out if our life is such that we can beekeep. But I have about 15 to 20 stings. I think Matthew must have at least 10 to 15 altogether. I know we were both covered with bees at one point, and it was a little scary, to say the least. So, and because last time I got stung, I reacted. It's a little nerve-wracking, but so far I'm doing okay. I mean, some swelling, and I don't have my wedding rings on because I have stings on my hands. But otherwise, I feel fine. But it calls into question, how much do we really love to beekeep? Because I have to tell you, I'm not a wuss when it comes to pain, but bee stings hurt. And when you have a lot of them, it makes you not feel well. So it becomes a question as to, we're going to have to really think about this year. They're buttoned up now for the winter, basically, so we don't have to think about it right now. But I think come spring, if they survive through the winter, we'll have to think about it and see what we want to do about that. And I have something flying around the camera, a little bug. It's that time of year when all the bugs try to get inside now because it's getting on the 40s at night. But my daughter in California, Lake Tahoe, had snow this morning. So I'm thankful we're not hurt. But that's all I have for tonight. I talked about the festival. I talked about the newsletter. Talked about the studio relocation. And then I will post a tour video sometime this week. The website link is in the description of this video, and it will be in the description of the video when I post on YouTube in about 10-15 minutes. I talked about the sew along. We are starting October 20th with Trees on Parade. So if you're local to me and would like to buy a low price pattern at $10, email me at littlefarmquilts@gmail.com, which is also in the description box of this video. And you can arrange pickup of this. Once you get the pattern, it has all the fabric requirements inside. If you're a sewer, like I said, I have ordered a jelly roll that I wanted, which is a roll of 2.5-inch strips. This pattern is very 2.5-inch strip friendly, and I will supplement that out of my stash to make whatever size. I think I'm going to make like a couch quilt, so nothing huge. This finishes at 76 by 78 inches, which is a generous twin. I might make it a little smaller than that for my couch, but you will find out. Hi, Sherry. The best way to do that if you watch my video. So it'll be every Sunday, just like this, 7 o'clock. The videos get posted to the top of the Facebook page when I'm done. They get posted to YouTube. So there's no pressure to be here Sunday at 7 o'clock. You'll be able to watch the videos and sew along with us. The only pressure to be here during the live is if you have questions, I will answer them during the live. So that's what we're going to do. Trees on Parade starts October 20th. If anybody has any questions, shoot them to me. I'd be happy to answer any. And I'll give everybody a couple minutes to pipe in with any questions they might have, since we have people popping in and out. But here we are, brand new sewing studio. It's really kind of cute down here. Look, we have super lighting down here. This is much better lighting than I had in the other room. So that's good. Good lighting. It'll help during the sew-alongs too. You guys will be able to see things that I'm doing. I'll be teaching everything from quarter-inch seam allowance to accuracy in cutting to accuracy in sewing, because all of those things give you a good block. Accuracy in pressing. Pressing is important. And if you've followed me for a while, you know that I have changed my mind on lots of different pressing things, and there's certain times I do it a certain way and certain times I do it another way, and that's what works for me. And you guys have to figure out what works for you. So I'm happy to help you do that. The sew along starts October 20th. If you popped in late to this video, in a few minutes you'll be able to pop back to the beginning and watch the whole thing and get all the information. Okay, everybody have a good night. Bye.